What's going on? This your boy mikesellsorlando, aka Mike Jacks, aka German Chocolate, and I'm out here on the beach in St. Augustine, Florida, relaxing and vibing with the fam. Check it out. This is the beach scene, and you got a pier over here that you can walk around, and it costs a little money to get on the pier, but yeah, you can go out there and overlook this beautiful, amazing beach right here. Lovely beach. All right, so let's jump into it. So I wanted to talk to you guys real quick about relationship bashing. I don't be on social media too much like that, like reading comments or watching reels and all this stuff, because I really don't invest my time in that stuff. I post what I post and I'm out. But I can't help but see like a few reels when I log into my account, and I've seen a lot of people just making videos bashing men or women collectively as a whole because they had bad experiences in relationships, or even worse, people are bashing cultures of men and women that they've dated repeatedly and bashing the entire culture off a few individuals. I just want to say to everybody, bashing is counterproductive. If you had bad experiences and you're venting out, I get it. But going to social media and downgrading an entire group of people, whether it's men or women or a group of a culture of people, excuse me, is not productive at all. Not just for you, but for society, because you're putting bad energy out there and you're endorsing a message that you really have no facts to base it on when you're generalizing a large population of people. So, for example, there are men out there talking bad about women and vice versa, women talking bad about men, saying that all the good ones are taken, which is a myth. That's not factual at all. That's emotional. What constitutes as a good person? Everybody has their own definition of that. So the reality is, if you as an individual are having multiple problems with selecting people, you have to ask yourself, why is your selection process so bad? Why does it have a track record that you constantly pick these type of individuals? Because I know people that are happy that got it right after they didn't get it right, after they made a mistake, they learn from it. Some people are making mistake after mistake, choosing these type of character of people, and then they want to bash all men. And it's like, I've seen people, for example, that say, I got a guy with no job, he didn't bring nothing to the table, but I held him down and he screwed me over. Well, if you knew up front that he didn't have no job and he didn't intend on working when he got with you, why the hell would you think that changed when you marry him? I mean, no matter what he says, actions speak louder than words. If his intent is to get a job, he will be actively searching, and you can let him get that job first and prove himself before you take it to the next level. But a lot of you guys will bash people on your individual experiences and then talk bad about an entire group of men or an entire group of women. That's crazy. And I've seen this happen a lot, and this is why I try not to pay attention to it, because the energy is just counterproductive. I like to be positive. So, if you're out there bashing everybody, hey, just take a look in the mirror. Self-accountability lacks a lot in these times today. When you see these older couples that are like 60 years old and they've been together since like high school, those are couples that you listen to, and you listen to what they do, and they all fight through all their adversity. That's the difference. They persevere. It's not saying that all of them are great or are the pioneers of relationships, but they're certainly someone worth listening to at the least, at the minimum. Because even though some of them tolerated BS for a long time, they still fought. And depending on the level of BS, it might be worth fighting for. Now, if you're abused or something like that, I'm not going to encourage that. But I'm saying stuff like leaving the toilet seat up, leaving the toilet seat down, hanging out a little too much, quality time lacking, overworking as opposed to spending time with your spouse, stuff like that. Those are things that they fought through. And eventually they got to a mutual compromise to where it was no longer an issue. And there are things that can be worked out. Not everything has to result in a divorce or a breakup. So if you're just going through a lot of relationship problems, everybody's individually different. I would encourage you to talk about those individuals that you have problems with, and not generalize all men or all women or a culture of people. That's just insane. I've seen people come on here and say, I've dated 4 people in this culture, for example, and I will never go to this culture again. They're all crazy. 4 people out of a million, and you judge an entire culture, that's pretty immature of someone to do such. And if you really think that one culture is better than another, you will get your feelings hurt fast. I know a lot of people that have dated multiple cultures and they found good people and bad people in any culture. It doesn't matter. Culture is irrelevant. Culture is just one aspect of someone. There's a lot more to an individual than someone's culture. People could be the same culture and have different religious beliefs, as an example. There are so many variety of people. So there's millions of people in each culture. You can't possibly label a whole culture. So like, let's stop with the bashing and generalizing and start learning from the mistakes and being self-accountable. If you do those things, you increase your chances on finding long-term sustained happiness if that's what you desire. But the reality is, a lot of people don't want long-term sustained happiness because they don't want to put in the work and fight for it. And that's required. Because if you just give up on every little battle that comes your way, it's going to be hard to sustain success. So just want to put this out there, be more positive. If you got a problem with people, then talk about the individuals you experienced and learn from your mistakes and be accountable. That was it. So I hope you all have an amazing, blessed day. I'm not no relationship advice expert, but I understand how to preserve happiness. All right, much love.